Well, welcome everybody back to Friday Night Racing at Midwest Days of Thunder. This is the Cup Series. Back with you this Friday at Kansas Speedway. We're kind of counting down in the playoffs here. Only a couple races left after tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed their week off, spending time with friends, remembering those who were fallen. Memorial Day and doing a little remembrance. But we're back tonight. Always puts on a good show. Got guys here tonight. Francisco Villarreal. How you doing, Francisco?
I'm doing excellent. Good to be back, ready for this race. It's gonna be a lengthy race. I see we have about 12 cars in the field, so it should be interesting to see if all the different lines they run at this track.
Let's be honest. 12 cars is what we got here. Normally, hopefully the 12 best drivers showed up tonight, so we can at least have some cool stuff to watch here at Kansas. Zero fast unlimited tires. The track's not hot or anything. It's kind of beaten. So I do like Kansas. Cool state as well. I think they got casinos too, so that's always cool. Well, drivers can put on the show.
Oh, what do we got? A mile and a half track. Comes out to 225 miles. So that's a pretty good haul for these guys. Even with the Cup guys, turning some fast laps out there, this is still going to be probably a pretty lengthy race. What do you guys think as far as cautions and stuff go? We've seen some guys get a little bit loose out there, kind of drifting around the track a little bit. Do you think that's kind of more guys out there fooling around on cold tires, or do you think we'll even see many cautions tonight?
With the way this track is, and from experience, when you're on fresh tires, the entrance, you are likely to get loose. So it's all about managing it, making sure you're able to kind of maintain your line. If you're not careful, you will spin that car out. So it's a matter of pushing it, but not pushing it too hard on fresh tires.
So yeah, get a little break in on those tires, and it should be a lot better off. Tell you what, guys, looks like we're gridding up behind the pace car on the pit lane. Let's go through our starting lineup here. And Angel Hernandez in the 42 is your pole sitter tonight with a blazing fast time, a 30.6 flat. So he'll be starting inside row number one. Outside row number one is Justin Barkley in that number 9 Napa Know-How Chevy Camaro. Inside row 2, Ethan Flanagan in the 35. Outside row 2, our buddy Red Stick Mike Simone in the 27. Let's see who we got. Row number 3 is going to be the 6 of Tony Fry and the 70 of Stephen McComas on the outside. Row number 4 is going to be the 98 of Isaac Degner and the 73 of Justin Malarkey. Row number 5 is going to be Derek the Hammer Schimmel in the 96 Honey Smacks machine on the inside. And to the outside of him will be the 11 of Andrew Coe. And bringing up the rear of the field, it's like the last 3 drivers did not qualify. And I know the Angry Idiots guys, sometimes they kind of put that into their strategy here, as Alan Kewins and Greg Klein will be bringing up the rear in row 6. So we'll see if that comes back to bite them, as I have some decent track position, I would think.
Well, aren't we still doing stage races? I think we're doing
yes,
stage
we are.
races.
We're going to have a stage at lap number, and let me pull it back up. From one extreme to the other. That's
Yeah.
all right. We're going to have some good racing tonight. I think Francisco won't those early stages kind of give a guys an idea of how bad the tire wear is going to be.
It really will, but my only thing is I hope they're ready for these tires, because it does come up on you pretty quick with the way these cars handle at this track, especially with the sun going down and the way it is.
Pace cars down, green flags in the air. Here we go. We're racing, and as you mentioned, with the sun going down, the track's cooling off. We're going to get some better grip out there. Side by side in the front row still. Nobody can get clear quite yet. It looks like 42 is now clear of the 90s. Arrow is still pretty important here. The draft making somewhat of a difference here, don't you think, boys?
Oh yeah, with the way these cars are and the way the damage is, Kansas is one of those tracks where you gotta rely on the draft to make moves. If you get stuck on the inside and there's a car on your outside, you're gonna get freight trains to the back. So it's really important not to get aero damage early on and kind of pull into cars. 35 got a little loose.
Teammates really important here. Speed Demons got their 3 guys almost all together. The 73 and the 70. Kind of all in the same neighborhood right now. Not wanting to give up. Trying to run down Angel Hernandez once again. He gets a
He's trying to turn into a driver this season. I've noticed that.
Last race.
If I seem a little lost in this race,
well, don't tell me how it goes.
Yeah, they're down already. Look, Greg Klein's making a move on code.
Oh, Stephen comes in 7. Scraping the wall.
Is that Degner? He got a little loose. Looked like going into turn 1. Degner, he's back.
Such a small field. Whoa, almost went 3 wide there for the lead. Comes Malarkey on the outside of Tony Fry. Tony Fry is going to lead a lap here.
Where's the chicken man?
I don't know where he's at. I know the 42's running the Farmer Joe's Chicken's paint, but we're missing Joe Archer tonight. I know he's got a lot of work on the homestead he's been trying to get done last few days. Digging a duck pond and building a greenhouse.
If you want your your name on a car, that's the one. Because Angel, we're gonna see him up front unless something stupid happens with him. He knows how to drive. He should be in the money here tonight.
Well, the actual sponsor for tonight's race is Brick City Plumbing. I don't see any Brick City Plumbing paints out there. Definitely check those guys out. Look them up online. I think they're Florida based, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's a Barkley deal. I think Barkley's part of that Brick City Plumbing some way, somehow. I don't know. I may be confused. Tony Fry really running well early in the race.
Yeah, he got up there, got early. But I'll tell you this. Francisco will probably tell you the same thing. Angel's one of those guys. He knows how to save tires like crazy. So he may be out there just kind of trying to see how he can do on saving tires. We know we're going to get a caution, a stage caution here in about 2 laps. But I think he's trying to figure out what pace he needs to run. Or do you think he'll stay out?
Right now, well, tires are going to already kick in. So if I were them, I would come and get tires and fuel to get ready for that 30-lap run that's comes up. But overall, what's going to come down to is who can run that high line better. Because if you can make the high line work, it is so much easier to get a runoff on exit and then be able to complete a pass in like 3 and 4. So it really just comes down to how long can you run the bottom before you start losing ground? As 42 gets into a wall, but it's in one league race I've done. It was at Kansas in these cars, as a matter of fact, and the high line was just dominant. Everybody was on the high line. Here we're seeing a few different lines run as the caution comes out, but overall it's just gonna be. You don't want to be the first one running the high line, but you don't want to be the last one either, because that run you get from the exit, it's just too good to pass up. So it's just a matter of timing when to move up and making sure your tires can hold up. If not, you're going to go into that wall, just like you saw 42 do.
And thank you, Angry Indian 89, for joining us over on the Twitch channel. Saying, let's go racing tonight. And over on the YouTube, our buddy from the Great White North up there in Minneapolis area, Minnesota, Adam Strom, saying, happy Friday, fellas. He said, hey, Turner, I just got back from shooting dice in Waco, so I'll be down on pit road shortly with a case of High Life.
Oh, High Life, I could do that. You said Minneapolis? Awesome. I thought that place, I thought it burned down.
No, there's still a few structures
it's still there?
Yeah, oh. So there's a couple of structures are still standing.
Well,
I don't think any of the targets made it, but
as long as Strom's safe and got cold beer.
Strom's an ice fisher. I think he mainly shops at Shields up there. They don't really have Academy, I don't think, up there. I know they have Shields.
Yeah, I never.
Barkley stays out. Wow.
Everybody
He's
else
going to get a point for leading the lap here.
Points matter.
Every point matters. That's correct. Well, I hope he stops by the booth and drops off a couple.
No, we're going to have him down here. It's a nice evening out here in Kansas.
I should have plenty of them up here.
Yeah, you're fully stocked. You have a sponsor.
Oh, Tony Fry missed his pit box. He had to back up a little bit. He was definitely going to lose some track position there with the 6 Viagra machine.
Well, a good thing about this race and the way it is right now is there's only 12 cars, so him losing a little bit of spots shouldn't affect him too bad. It will be a pain trying to get around these cars, but he has the speed, and the way he's been racing, he should be able to get back up to the front kind of easily. So that's one benefit of having a small field. Mistakes aren't as costly, unlike if you were in a 20 or 30 car field where one mistake and you go from top 5 to 30th.
That is a great point. Yeah, lower car count, mistakes are going to matter a lot less. If you do happen to get a lap down, I mean, there's not that many cars. As long as we get a couple more cautions, even if you do go a lap down, the chances of getting one of those laps back is a lot better with a smaller field.
Right, we're going to have another stage break at 40, right?
Yep, lap 40. So by the time we get restarted here, it'll be about a 26 lap run.
So Barkley's staying out there. I mean, there's a limited gamble. He's not going to lose. It's not like he can go to 25th position.
I think he got done what he wanted to get done, lead a couple laps. But I think I would have pitted the second lap around that I was eligible. But hey, do you, Barkley?
Yeah.
He won the last one, so we'll see what he's got up his sleeve.
He's like Bobby Bear. He's a winner.
Yeah, don't question a winner.
All right. Well, I do like this track. I think it looks pretty fun to race on. Looks like a good driver's track.
Derek Schimmel's probably got one of the best looking paints out there. That number 96 Honey Smacks machine with the Diggum frog on it. Super Serial Racing's team captain.
Well, here's the pace cars down, Francisco.
We're going to get ready to go back to green as we see Justin Barkley leading them. I wonder how these tires are going to hold up, if they're going to spin or if he's going to be able to get a good launch. As green flag is out. Side by side as they head towards turn 1. It seems like they're pretty even. This turn right here will show you just a matter of how big tires will be. But it seems like Barkley was able to hold off He's going to try and slide up in front of Malarkey, and man, that was a tight squeeze.
Oh, 3 wide right there behind him.
The 35 was able to dive in and get underneath Barkley, so, I mean, Barkley's gonna be for a tough ride. These guys are just gonna swallow him. As you see, they're all over the place, 3 wide.
He did scrape the wall a little bit too, I think. The reason he lost so much speed there. He slid up the track and got a little scrape on the wall.
Boy, that's just a difference in what, 10 laps?
10 laps.
Tires? And they're just blowing past him. Wow. That's interesting. Maybe he was just testing that, or maybe he's playing games with these guys. I don't know.
Well, he did get a few laps led there, so.
Well, let me tell you something. The paint scheme I'm really liking, just the way it looks, is that 27 of Mike Simone. And he's battling for the lead right now with a 35.
Yeah, I think doesn't he paint those himself?
Yeah, he paints cars. He does one heck of a job painting cars, too.
Yeah, that is a good-looking car. He always has the nice cars.
Yeah, he does.
Good for him. He needs to have a nice race, though, if he wants to stay up here in this chase format playoffs.
Justin Barkley has dropped all the way to the back of this field. Those tires...
They're suffering, that's for sure. Andrew Cobb making a dive on the 42. Angel Hernandez. Looks like he might try to stick it in there on the 73 also. Not quite enough momentum there. So I'll have to check up a little bit. Oh, talk about checking up. We got a battle for the lead. It's really holding the 98 up. He's itching to get around these guys, but he's a little bit quicker running by himself than these guys that are running side by side. Really a tough battle up there, Francisco.
Oh, yeah. And also, we were talking about how mistakes weren't as big of a deal with the smaller. Anthony Fry's already back up to third, and he's looking. Oh, Mike Simone gets us to the wall.
Malarkey did, too.
Malarkey smashed it as well.
Hegner got a little loose there. What was your point there, though? Because I think it almost played into what you were talking about.
Well, we were talking about these guys are, I'm not gonna lie, they're battling hard right now, every single position. It just shows how a mistake here, it is costly, it will cost you spots, but since it's such a small field, if a caution comes out, which we are gonna have at lap 40, these guys can come in, get their damage fixed, be 10th, 11th, and we're seeing how Anthony Fry handled it. He's already back up, battling for the lead.
Yeah, easier to recover. I think you're 100% correct on that. And I guess that's a positive aspect of only having 12 cars. I'd rather have about 35 of them so I can see these guys fight and throw hands.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when you see real stuff happening. But hey, it's a race. It's Friday night. Might as well enjoy it.
And look for the 27 to be very aggressive tonight. He is not a playoff driver. However, he'd love to get a win in these final 3 races of the season as he looks to the inside of the 6th.
Has he ever had a win here in Midwest Days of Thunder? I don't think he has.
I don't know.
So maybe he needs one.
I really don't.
Oh,
the 11.
loose.
Big loose.
Big time loose.
I don't know
there, buddy.
how
Saved
they
it.
held on to it.
I don't see how he didn't get into the 98 coming back up the
Well,
track.
if you'd have had 25 cars behind him, that would have been a wreck. But like that helped too with a smaller field.
Well, the thing with the 11, I saw him. He was up high. I mean, practically scraping the wall. I think he just kept his foot in it, and the car got out from under. But man, that was a nice save. As the 35 gets into the wall, 6 is gonna try and take advantage of going underneath them. Everybody hitting the dang wall.
Trying to with a crossover, but the 6 sees it coming and moves back down to the line.
Where these guys at next week? Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Yep.
All right. That's a fun track. With the dog leg, right? That's my favorite. I'm hoping with the dog leg.
Well, with the way that they added grip to Phoenix in one of the last updates, it's actually made the track really fun. I know before it was just a pain to race and I hated the track, but after the update in the Gen 6, I actually really enjoyed it.
That's one of the tracks I enjoyed running in an open wheel car, like an Indy car, more than I enjoyed racing it in a stock car.
Well, I enjoy watching it on TV. I think those guys, with that dog leg, it makes interesting racing. But
man, these Anthony Fry and Ethan are just going at it.
Yeah, they are.
I love it.
Looks like Hernandez and Simone are going to go at it here too. Angel just passed Red Stick Mike a little bit here. We'll see.
Well, considering Mike hit that wall pretty hard, he's actually holding up really good. Now, with the long run, it'll be interesting to see. Oh, as they make contact, him and the 98 just slightly.
Yeah.
But I know long run is where damage really takes effect. It makes the car handle a little tighter. So I'm pretty sure when the caution comes out, he's going to come in and get the damage fixed. But honestly, by the looks of it, shouldn't be too much damage. If I had to guess, probably like 30 seconds. So you should be good to go.
Another guy having a good race is Greg Klein, Derek Schimmel, both of them kind of moving up slowly. I think it's a good strategy. Why risk it too much? But I think they're feeling their cars out and realizing, hey, we're going to be able to run up front too. Let's save some tires. We're going to have another caution. And then after this next stage caution, I think that's when the strategy might start coming into play.
Yeah, keep in mind the 96 and the 92 are no longer teammates. They're still friendly, but no longer teammates.
Are you
now
sure?
Greg Klein. Greg Klein is now running the Angry Idiots team, and Derek Schimmel running Super Serial.
So the 6 got into the wall in turn 1 and 2, 35 got into the wall 3 and 4. Everybody's just hitting the wall left and right.
Yeah, so what, 16, 17 lap tires? Tires start wearing out.
Yeah, and it comes back to what I said. It's going to be a matter of who can run the top line better and more consistent and keep it off the wall. Because the wall, it grabs you and it just keeps you there. It's hard to get off it once you're towards like the middle of the corner.
Oh, Simone in it hard again.
Luckily, Greg Klein stayed out of the back into him,
He
man.
checked up. Yeah, he saw it coming, I think.
Euro fast repairs, you have to be super cautious here at Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series. So, looks like everybody's being pretty cautious so far.
Yeah, it sure does seem that way, but it seeing how aggressive everybody has been, it's going to make restarts really interesting if there are some late cautions.
I haven't checked on my chicken lately. Have we asked Farmer Joe if our chickens are still alive?
They might still be alive. I'm not sure.
Oh, man. They haven't ate them yet, have they?
Might have tried to fly south by now, you know.
Yeah, head home.
I want to live up there. It's too cold.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, cool paints. The 92 of Greg Klein with the Fat Guy's Burger Bar machine. Of course, he's running it for the rest of this season to honor his brother, who passed away earlier this season. What you got up there, Francisco? Getting a little crazy?
Both the 35 and 42 got into the wall on the exit of 1 and out of 3 and 4. Man, these guys.
Yeah, I saw the 98 get in the wall as well, and I think they're just trying to. They're really getting racy out there this early in the race.
They're using every bit of this track, but I mean, at some point, it's gonna get to the point where it's just gonna ruin the car if you ain't careful.
Yeah, these guys know that they've got another caution coming up, so they can afford to kind of push it a little harder, I think, than they'll probably be willing to do later on in this race after the stages are done.
I don't know. I really kind of like the layout of this track, though. It does
Yeah.
kind of open. It's not banked too high, so there's a lot of skill I think that you're gonna need, but it makes for some really kind of fun racing here.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised.
We were talking a little bit before the race started about tracks that aren't on the schedule that maybe they'll think about adding later. One of them I think we all agreed on was Chicagoland.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's a
love
fun
that
one.
track.
98 scraping a little bit of the wall there. Not much.
I think Francisco mentioned Vegas too. That's a hell of a track. That's a fun one.
The tracks I really enjoy are Kansas. I love Kansas is a really good track. I like the fact that if you have a good setup in, you could run low, mid, or high. Vegas is another one. Atlanta's another one.
Michigan
is good. Texas, it was just a low line, but you could make it. You could have some fun racing there. But Chicagoland is one track that's really fun. But the other track, wow. What track did they not go to? I believe it was hold on, let me see. Okay, they did go to Auto Club. Auto Club's fun. Ooh, 35 got a little loose. Oh, Angel's all over his bumper. Holy smokes.
Albert Anderson joining us on Facebook says, Adam, your chicken was delicious. Sorry. Albert Anderson deep fried your chicken, son.
Oh, nice. Hey, as long as it tasted good.
And with all that happened between Ethan and Angel, with Ethan getting loose, it allowed the pack to swallow him back up, and you got a lot of drivers in this mix again now.
They're all stacked up now, aren't they?
Yeah, well, we got 3 laps to our next stage caution, so that's, I mean, might as well race it out.
And joining us on YouTube, Dia Itch. I don't know how to say that. Says, Jesus, they're close to the wall. We like it racy, though.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. I want to see somebody battle, you know. I wish Gary was here with his pirate costume, swashbuckling his way through the field. Guess Gary got suspended or...
No, he's on probation for wrecking somebody. It's not that big a deal.
That I missed out on that. I want to see the fights. I want to see the pirate swords flying. Look at this up front. Wow.
Oh, man. 42 got a little loose there, Francisco, as all that stuff was happening beneath him.
Uh-huh. I've been watching these leaders. Oh, 6 is... Oh, that was close.
Oh, he put a
Real
fender
close.
to him, I think. Oh, he's still trying to save it.
All right, now let's fight.
All over the
Let's
place.
bring it to the holler. Let's start fighting.
Fight.
I'm gonna say these guys are just, man, they're driving like it's the last lap. Now, don't get me wrong, I get it's the stage end, but holy smokes, they are racing with everything. Oh, the 98.
Well, 3 wide on the backstretch. Going into 3, what's going to happen here?
Derek Schimmel got sandwiched there in the middle. Hopefully he can
98
hold it.
not going to give that position up. He stayed in it. Outside line helped him out there.
There's your stage caution.
Oh,
Man.
smokes, man.
Grip
tell
it
you
and
what.
rip it.
The one person happy about that caution is the number 9 of Justin Barkley. He had fallen back big time.
Yeah, all the way to the end of the field almost there.
Uh-huh.
So.
Steven McComas is also, I'm pretty sure, pretty glad with that. Everybody's going to be able to get their damage fixed and get back in the pack, so...
Yeah, no, it's going to be good. The problem now, we have no more stage cautions and we have 110 laps or, I don't know, hell, we got 100 laps to go. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But we got a long way to go, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
And our viewer on YouTube says it's pronounced DH. DH.
Oh, I think I know who DH is.
DH said that
Kyle Busch.
this is some of the best racing I have seen in the Cup Series.
All right. They are getting after it pretty well for only having 12 cars in the field. We're trying to make it interesting, too.
Oh, man, I hope that picks up. And I think it will once the season restarts.
Yeah. you know, it is summertime. People are out doing other things, you know.
That's what
Camping.
Albert Anderson said the same thing on Facebook. He said for just a 12-car field, they're putting on a heck of a show.
Well, that's true. I think that's America's Driver. He knows. One of the best guys out there in iRacing that's probably not a professional.
Well, he's put a real life race car a few laps around the track.
He has. He's done some work out there on the tracks.
I'm trying to remember, because we've heard his story on Vigilante Report. I know that I forget what track it was. He said the track owner came out when he was dropping his window net down and say, "Hey man, congratulations! Just wanted to let you know that in this track's whatever it was 60-year history, he says you're the first African American driver to win a feature here."
Yeah, that was a cool
It kind of
story.
blew his mind, man. I mean, it's just
Yeah, that's awesome. But if you want to listen to some of those older podcasts, then I hope they put some more together. Vigilante Report on SoundCloud. That's all about iRacing. Really cool deal. Albert
they put a
is one of the hosts on that. He does have a cool story, but there's other guys that have cool stories that they
100%.
talk to as well.
Well, guys, it looks like everybody decided to come down this time. I mean, they kind of saw what happened to the 9 machine there. Nobody
Yeah.
taking any chances here.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, we had, I want to say, a good amount of drivers, about 3 or 4 of them, that decided to stay in pits and get their damage fixed. Malarkey dropping to the end of the field, so he definitely got his damage fixed.
It's like Cobe, Simone, Degner, and Fry also got some damage fixed. McComas didn't have much. It didn't look like, or not McComas, Fry. Didn't look like he had much damage. He wasn't in there long.
Well, the one thing that's been happening with these drivers is some of them have hit the wall hard on the exit, but it seems like most of them, what's happening is they're entering a little too hot, drift up, and the rear of the car gets into the wall and it just sucks them in, so they're scraping the wall. But it shouldn't cause too much damage, so some of these drivers are probably saying, I'm fast even with the damage, so I'll stick with it. So it'll be interesting to see if some of the drivers that got the damage fixed are going to be faster now, or how it's going to play out.
Yeah, you know what else is really cool? And talking about the racing part of this, if you look at everybody's best lap, they're all within a couple, I mean, just milliseconds. So that's, I think, why we're seeing so much good racing here is that pace car is down. Looks like Ethan is on the inside. Angel decided to take the outside. You got Derek Schimmel, Alan Cuins behind them, and we're off again. The second stage is over. Here we go. Let's see if we have any battles up front. Try to take the lead here. Barkley really running well right now, setting their 5th, pushing Cuins. Looks like Flanagan took the lead, and man, Derek Schimmel really pushing it too up front there. Pretty good restart.
And these guys, you're right. These guys are going to also have to keep reminding themselves, hey, man, I got cold tires on. Hey, man, I got cold tires on, so they don't push it too hard. Oh, a little contact back there between the 98 and the 70, I believe.
Degner and McComas.
Yeah, you got a little doors into each other. They're still side by side.
They're definitely cold tires. You can kind of see them sliding a little bit, dirt track style. They'll get it squared away after this lap. The tires should be fully warmed up here.
Francisco, how many laps does it take to really get heat in these tires, build the pressure up to where it handles decent?
Well, I know for me, it's always the first, 2 laps that I worry about when it comes to fresh tires. That's the first 2 laps is like, all right, I got to be careful. The moment I hit the 3rd lap, it's like, all right, I can push this car now without worrying about the back end coming out. But it's always like the first 2-3 laps. Here, I'd say same thing, about 2 or 3 laps, and they should be good. So they should be getting their grip now. Now, the interesting thing I found was Angel taking the high side. I was suspecting him to take the inside just because entering turn 1, it has such a better... You're able to... We saw with Ethan, be able to get ahead and just slide up, but he's back in the lead now, so obviously his plan worked.
Yeah, how much about choosing lines here for him now is trying to run the line that's best for him, or is he trying to take away the 35's preferred line?
Well, no, for me, it's just a matter. My mentality has always been, if I'm the leader, I want to give myself the best opportunity to be up front right off the bat.
Right.
So, like, in that case, I would have taken the inside just because it's a shorter way around. Oh, as Derek gets loose. Held onto it. Held onto it.
Stay down.
Shorter way around the track, and you're able to get ahead, like 9 times out of 10, the guy on your outside. So if that was the case, I would take that line. And just because the run will happen with the outside, but since they're barely getting up to speed, it's not as big compared to, let's say, Auto Club, where Auto Club, it seems like even on restarts and stuff, if you're on the high line, you get a really good run. So me personally, I would stick to the inside on restarts.
Well, and I had an interesting observation there when Derek kind of lost it there. It looked like he only got shot with a 22. Probably went along, they could get it out instead of getting shot with a 9mm. Because if he'd have got shot with a 9mm when he hit that corner, he would have been dead all around. So luckily, it was only a 22. He saved it, and he's back racing.
He thanked the 92 for not running him over, and Greg Klein did come over the radio. He keyed up and says, "I haven't climbed anybody in a long time," so definitely.
Well, he will if he has to.
Teasing him about
the number 92 will destroy you if you're in his way at the end. That's a fact.
Got the Earnhardt philosophy of wreck his own grandmother to win a race.
Well, he might use the 9mm on something like that.
Well, here we go. They're side by side again, the 96 and the 92 behind the 60 of Kewins. Kewins is looking to the inside of Red Stick Maximo, the 27. I'll ask you another one, Francisco. Clean Air. Clean Air's everything for front end grip. Is Kansas any different?
I mean, Clean Air is going to play a factor. I know some of the races I've done here, one thing that we would see drivers doing, and even I would do sometimes, is go the opposite way the leader would go. So if you see him on the high side, you go low. If you see him go low, you go high. Because that Clean Air does make a huge difference, and you could actually take really good advantage of it. At this track, since you can run multiple lanes, it's just a matter of knowing which turn you can do it, which turn you can't, and managing your tires. Because as you see, everybody's running the high line. So if somebody runs low, you're gonna get basically run over. But at tracks like, I would say, Auto Club would be a good one. You can run the low, you can run the high, but here too, when your tires are kind of in that medium run, you might want to try and experiment by going a little lower than some of the other drivers just to stick your nose out, get that clean air.
Yeah, another thing I kind of was watching there was Red Stick Mike. He's hit the wall a couple more times. This is the point in the race where he's either eating crawfish or he's pounding those 10-ounce cold beers down there in Louisiana. I don't know. Kind of losing a little bit.
Well, Matt Forns joining us over on the YouTube channel says it's a fun track to race. He hates that he's missing it tonight, not able to race tonight. Tommy Stanley says should play who hasn't hit the wall yet. That'd be that game wouldn't take very long because there's only a couple guys probably that haven't scraped that outside wall yet. Mike Pimpere saying, "What's up, fellas? Hey, fellas." And DH says, "I would have bet on the wall."
I think everybody was hit the wall.
I think he's right.
Yeah, Derek Schimmel, the right side of his car does not look like it's scraped up. That
Actually,
beautiful chrome car.
You might have a point there, because I know, okay, Angel's hit the wall a few times. Anthony Fry, I've seen him hit the wall. Ethan's hit the wall. Barkley, I'm not too sure.
Yes, he scraped it at least once that I saw.
Oh, okay.
After that first restart when he didn't take tires, he slid up, and scraped the wall.
Mike
Simone has. Yep.
Derek, I'm not too sure. Alan Kewins,
What about the 60s? 60's been keeping a clean car. He had 0x, I think.
35. 35 just hit the wall and almost took out Barkley. Speaking of hitting the wall.
Shit. Well, I mean, it's a lot fewer cars than we thought.
I think Schimmel, Kewins, and I think Greg Klein. Actually, no, I think Greg Klein did.
Yeah, I think he did. But if you notice, Schimmel and Kewins, they're kind of running that low to middle line for the most part, and especially in the corners. So they're not.
Oh, Mike Simone in it again.
That was a hard hit.
Yeah, he's on them 10-ounce cold beers in Baton Rouge. They'll get you every time. There's like a trick they play on you.
It is. Francisco, those are going to add up, though, aren't they? I mean, eventually, he's going to have some pretty high repair time.
Each time he hits
it again.
Each time he hits it, yeah, and I think it does get to a point where if you're borderline and you hit the wall, it does give you a meatball flag for damage. So it'll be interesting to see as these guys are going 3 wide.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, that's fun. Let's do it.
I'm waiting for some 4 wide action.
Whoa. Be tough to pull off here.
Yeah, they'll try.
You can do it in Skip Barber cars, probably. You couldn't do it in these.
Oh, you can. I've been in a race at New Hampshire where we went 4 wide. I'm more interested. Oh, Derek Schimmel just hit the wall. One less driver.
Now, we were talking so well about Derek.
It was just a gentle scrape.
He stacked up behind him pretty fast after that, too.
What's it called? At New Hampshire on the last restart, we went 4 wide. So if they could do it at New Hampshire, we can definitely do it here.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. Let's make it happen.
I think I have been in a race here where we went 4 wide once, and it was the scariest thing in the world.
That was like driving through 5 o'clock traffic on Katy Freeway in Houston. Just one hand on the pistol, one on the wheel. You know, taking your competitor out.
People that work in Houston trying to get home to Tomball, and you can't get there.
Tomball, yeah, or Katy, or any Woodlands, wherever the hell they're going. It's a quagmire down there.
Oh, 6 hard into the wall. Did you see that one, Francisco?
Yep.
Oh, lordy.
Now, I'll tell you, that number 9, he got some fresh tires and is even with the field, and he's back up to 2nd.
There'll be a lot of paint missing off the right sides of these cars. It's going to look like they took them to Darlington or something.
Well, by the end of the night, I'm suspecting that the wall is no longer going to be white.
You're right. 3 wide coming into the turn here. Fry is the bologna in the sandwich here.
Red Stick Mike hitting the wall again.
The crazy thing about that is the 27 keeps hitting the dang wall, and he's not losing no speed.
It's just like you said, gently hitting it. Look at him, 3 wide there.
Still 3 wide. Nobody willing to give up an inch here.
Red Stick Mike's from Louisiana. He's there he goes.
Takes out the 35. Caution's out.
Yeah.
That was a hard hit.
Oh, that was a hard hit too, right there.
Oh man, I think the 35 might have been fine until that very last hit.
Man, those 10-ounce beers, that English 10-ounce beers down there will get you every time.
I don't know. I don't drink those.
Oh, you get tricked sometimes. You think you're getting a cheap 18-pack.
Oh, yes. I've done that before.
Yeah, and then you get them, they're 10-ounce, you just crush them.
Or the Coronas. You're thinking you're buying the Coronas, but you're buying the Coronitas or whatever, the little bitty ones.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I'm like, damn, beer's cheap here.
I'm not sure what happened because he didn't wreck on exit. He was straight on exit and then just drifted up into the wall and then came back across.
Oh, he got that crawfish hand going. He's eating crawfish again, and it
Slippery.
got a little slippery.
Well, cause watch, they're
Yeah.
already. I think he just let himself go too high, and then
Yeah. Ruined that paint scheme. Red Stick, once again.
Yeah, he just did not steer down enough.
Well, he's got no back end on that thing, so.
we had
I'm
a
more
worried I'm more worried about the front end of the 35. See if
Yeah,
he
that was
has any
unfortunate
issues.
spot he was in when he got.
Just a wrong spot to be.
Yeah, no intentional anything there. Just kind of got
No.
crazy.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating, though, for somebody to get caught up in it. But we've all been there before.
Yeah, racing simulation, not a game. It happens. We've all watched. Anybody watching racing probably enjoys a little wreck here and there, but
I love seeing
sometimes you just
contact.
yeah you can't predict it. Sometimes you're having a great race, you get taken out. It's just part of life.
I mean, if
Good
this was
good
like
life
watching,
lesson.
if this was like watching slot cars go around on that track, holding the trigger down when you were a kid, watching slot cars go around and nobody ever hits anybody. I
Yeah,
don't want
that's
to
no
see
fun.
that. I want to see some.
Yeah,
It's
beating
all
and
about
banging.
risk and uh,
Reward,
consequences. Yeah, and
risk and
reward.
reward, all that stuff. Uh,
Coma's
E-
coming down.
Ethan had a long pit stop, but he's back out. So looks like Red Sticks Mike Simone is the only one now a lap down. So that's pretty impressive.
McComas, I think, split his repairs into 2 stops here. I think.
Very smart. They're stacking back up, English. I think it's your run at it here.
All right.
Oh, Kansas is beautiful in the evening time, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
What else they got besides sunflowers out there and wheat?
Ethanol.
That's
Corn. It's a
they
big
got
corn
corn.
state, man. Huge corn state.
They got wind, I think, and
Barley.
tornadoes.
Do all kinds of.
Ooh, we like that. That goes along with
yeah.
our. We're still looking for a beer sponsor.
Oats. What else is big up there, Kansas? They don't do a whole lot of cotton up there, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Cotton season's so long, that's more for
Down
like
south.
yeah, around Texas. Francisco knows about that. There's a lot of cotton down there.
Oh,
There's
down
a lot
there,
of citrus down there where he's at too. Citrus,
Oh, yeah.
watermelon, cantaloupe. I mean that hell. If you're buying a watermelon in a store in Louisiana right now, that's where it came from. It came from like McAllen area now.
South Texas for sure.
Well, here we go. Pace car is down. Malarkey and Hernandez coming up side by side here to restart this deal. Green flags in the air. We're back racing at Kansas. 67 laps in the books here. Starting lap 68. Whoa! 73 went a little high. Scared the 42 there. He kind of wiggled on the wheel a little bit. 73 is clear. Barkley working on the 42. Still side by side with the 42. How about the 96? Derek Schimmel working his way up solidly in 4th place right now.
Well, he's actually driving it like he stole it. I mean, he is from California, so that's probably normal for him.
He's used to people chasing after him, trying to carjack him and stuff. So.
And the gas prices, how can he afford to even drive out there?
Well, he's got to train himself to put his foot in it for these races. Oh, contact between the 60 and the 11. 60 is wrecking down low, but he's on the apron by himself.
They still pulled the
Still
flag.
threw yellow flags out.
Well, the only thing that's going to help is Alan Cummins right there.
Yeah.
It's going to help him get stacked back up, but I'm going to have to watch what happened.
Mike Simone's been sitting in the pits for a long time. He's going to lose a few more laps, I think. He had a meatball flag going in, so don't know if he's going to make it back out on the track or not.
What do you think, Francisco? It looks like Alan Cummins just kind of came up on Cobe right there.
If I had to say, I think what happened was coming out of the corner, Cummins was going to take his typical, exit with a car on his outside. But I want to say, let me get the right camera for this. the 11 got scared of the wall and came down just slightly, and they met at the exact same spot because he had a lot of room to the high side to keep going. Where Derek Schimmel's at, that's where you want to be on exit.
It did look like he wiggled a little bit towards the inside.
Yep. So what happens is Kewins is expecting him to be a little bit closer to the wall, made the contact. The good thing is that Kewins didn't hit anything. He just has damage from the contact, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, and another good thing, Cobe didn't really get damaged on that, so that's pretty cool. Let those guys keep running. I'd hate to see any more people taken out of this field, since right now we only have 11 guys, since Mike Simone did the old eating crawfish while he's racing again.
Well, it looks like half the field pitted. The other half stayed out.
I would have. I mean, why not at this point?
There's a lot of racing left to go, so yeah, I definitely see the point. We're not even to halfway yet.
You got unlimited tires, so
yeah, come in and throw some new tires on. And you never know when the next caution is going to be, so come down at any opportunity and fill up with fuel as well.
Yeah, at some point this could be a fuel race, right? So might as well get it while you can. Trying to get you a score of the Rangers game here. Looking like they're rallying.
I go get my Rangers rally cap, stick it on my head sideways.
When is that rally train going to come around your house that you always talk about that we never hear?
It came too late was it last night? Night before last. Night before last. It went by after the race was over with. I don't know. I don't schedule the freight train.
Don't you have an app for that? I'm sure you...
There is no app for that. The closest thing I have is a buddy of mine who's a conductor who lets me know when he's coming by. He's like, hey, I'll be by your house in a little while. It might be 30 minutes. It might be 6 hours. Because, they get stuck waiting on stuff. Crap breaks.
Right. It's like everything else around here.
Yeah. Well,
here we are again.
Hernandez will be leading these guys off when they stack back up. Lights are still on in the pace car. We still got at least another lap to go.
I think this is Francisco's call.
Francisco's call, and while we're waiting on this to go back green, Yahtzee.
Nice.
They got another lap to go around this track.
Oh, they do. Man, I thought they were double foul, and I got confused. So
unless
no, you're right. I don't know what they're doing. No, it didn't get delayed. Just delayed announcers, myself in English. So, what do you expect to see here on this restart? What do you think Hernandez is going to do here?
I'm really surprised he keeps taking the outside. I'm not gonna lie. Now, it could be that he feels more comfortable following a car than being in the lead because you do have the draft. But like I said, me personally, I'd be on that inside every day, all day, just because I can time the restart solid at some of these tracks. I could get a good, even if we're side by side, by the time I come out of turn 1 or 2, I should be more than cleared of the guy on the outside. So, I don't know. It's just a really interesting call to me. I know we will see some 3 wide, I'm assuming. But, yeah, it's going to be real interesting.
Well, I think you think part of it is he's running that high line and he just wants to stay up there so he doesn't have to move up after the restart, or I don't know. I'm not that good at this. I'm good at watching it. I leave the professional stuff up to you.
Well, they're coming to the green flag, and Angel is leading them. Let's see how good of a restart this goes. Green flag is out. They are side by side. Angel did get a good start. Let's see how the entry to turn 1.
Well, they're getting after it. They're real close together up front, aren't they?
Well, it might have actually worked in Angel's favor. I might have been wrong. Actually, no. You see how Barkley is able to just
driving away.
Yeah, Barkley's clear. I don't know. I just feel like the outside isn't the move on restarts.
Not here. I'm sure there's a couple places you could do it and be effective.
Now they're kind of playing games with each other up front. That's kind of fun.
They are.
Well, the only thing I could think of is, like I said, he doesn't mind being second. So what he does is he starts there, lets the first guy go, but since he's already up to speed and everything like that, third place can't complete the pass. So he has the run of the high line. So he's probably just willing to fall in line and then complete the pass whenever he's ready. That's the kind of mindset that I would believe, but I don't know. Me personally, I like to be in the lead, so I would go straight to the bottom.
Well, I think there's a part of him that likes to be the chaser too.
Just keep your mind in a little bit more, or more challenging.
To be the aggressor, putting pressure on the guy.
Well, speaking of aggressor, looks like Anthony Fry trying to take the lead while those two are fighting. Looks like it's not going to happen, but he's trying.
There's some guys that love running real close to each other right here. About a lap ago, we saw a little bit of three wide action with Flanagan back here middle of the pack.
Yeah, these guys are all... They're giving it everything they got. I mean, it's close racing, aggressive racing, but it's pretty good racing.
Yeah, and we're finally past the halfway mark, so that's a positive thing. Yahtzee.
Greg Klein getting taken three wide by Flanagan and the 98 of Degner. And they quickly sort it out. I think Greg Klein's starting to embrace that low line quite a bit here in the middle of the race.
Well, I mentioned it earlier. Me personally, what I've noticed at this track is, and in general, a really good way to run this track is you start low, kind of let your tires wear, and then you switch over to the high line. But, I mean, we're seeing it here. Everybody's going straight to the high line, but if you can make that bottom stick, you definitely have an advantage.
Looky here, we got Schimmel in a battle for second with Barkley now.
Oh, he got loose.
Got skirted for a second. Yeah, he did lose some bunch of spots there. Tony Fry putting a few car links on Barkley. I guess if you're Tony now, you're just going to try to kind of ride around, watch your back mirror, see who's coming from where. Is Malarkey putting it on Barkley now, trying to take second away. Not able to do it on the back stretch.
Man, Barkley had a really good run on that back stretch.
Yeah, he did. I think Fry is better in 3 and 4 than the couple guys running right there behind him. But look at Barkley catch him on the tri-oval. Going low on the 6. Let's see if he can make the pass. Don't think he's going to get there. He's still there, though. Still being a thorn in the side of the 6 of Tony Fry. We'll just allow the 73 and the 42 to catch back up.
That's the only thing that's tough about this.
Yeah, but don't you just love it when you see two guys battling for position in front of you? You just know you're gonna make some ground on them pretty quick.
I see two guys battling in front of me. I'm like, oh yeah, keep battling. Let me get up there. Let me get up there. And once I'm there, it's like, all right, you. Oh, Barkley nearly got on the wall. My mindset is, I like seeing them battle because it allows me to get up to it. And then when I catch them, it's like, all right, I need the guy on the inside or somewhere. Make the run so I could get around him too. As I will have to go Yahtzee for just a split second as I replace the battery in my headset.
Go for it, man. Yeah, the 6 of Tony Fry continues to lead here. Malarkey in second, probably 6 or 7 car lengths back. 98 of Isaac Deckner having a pretty good run here. In third place, the 42 of Angel Hernandez in fourth, and side by side battling for 5th place is the 9 of Barkley and the 92 of Greg Klein, and they're 2 by 2 behind them as well.
Alrighty, I am back.
Great racing going on here.
Is there? What's good right now? I just kind of missed out.
Good side by side action going back here for 5th place and 6th and 7th place.
Sure is. Derek Schimmel, Greg Klein racing it out right there.
Albert Anderson joining us on Facebook, saying for personal reasons, he's voting for the number 6 car, which just happens to be sponsored by Viagra.
Tony Fry in that 6. That's his sponsor. Forever and always. It might be
He runs the same paint.
Well,
he's run the same paint ever since I've known the guy.
No, different paint, same sponsor though. He's run the black.
Yeah, that's what.
Viagra car. He's run the white and blue. I mean, it's only fitting that it's blue, right? I mean,
yeah,
might as well be. I think the back of that car says something pretty interesting on it. I might have to look. Well, it says "Drive it hard." Tony Fry.
Yep, he's doing just that, as he's maintained quite a few car lengths on the 73.
When I see that paint scheme, the only thing I could think of is, what was the name of that car? That little tiny car. It was a commercial. And one of the little pills falls into the gas tank and it turns
into a bit like a race car or something.
No, it just like turns into a wide body version of the dang car. Was it Fiat? I don't know what car it was, but there was one, and it was legit a commercial.
That's funny.
It rings a bell, but I can't.
Pretty clever.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Tony Fry out there in the pharmaceutical machine. I don't want to talk about Big Pharma right now.
It was the Fiat. It was a Fiat car. It was the... That's what it was.
Oh, the 92 of Greg Klein in the grass after getting loose coming out of 4.
Klein are going to hit the wall as well. Looks like Greg's going to be fine.
Yeah, he got back up on the track. No problem.
Those guys are having fun out there on the radio.
Yeah, they are.
They're just no harm, no foul here. Nobody's mad at each other, which it upsets me because there were points in this league when Midwest Days of Thunder, there would be some actual fights and stuff, which would be cool. One guy threatened to like come across state lines and whip somebody's ass. That was probably like the highlight of my broadcasting career in this league. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
I think somebody got in trouble over that. But.
Well, we want to thank once again Brick City Plumbing for sponsoring tonight's race. The Brick City Plumbing 225 miles of racing action brought to you by Brick City Plumbing tonight. They're right there in the middle of Florida, I believe, around Ocala area, I think. Central Florida. You got plumbing problems. Go online and search Brick City Plumb. Golly, man, it's not even a tongue twister. But give them a shout.
If you're from Louisiana.
They'll get you an estimate and get you squared away. Look at 1, 2, 3 right here, all nose to tail, and they've got the 9. Keeps looking really low down there. 11 and the 42 side by side coming through the tri-oval. Heading down towards turn 1.
What I really like about the racing so far and what I'm seeing is we're seeing a bunch of different people, drivers up front. And the guys that are up front fall back to like 3 positions or 4, and then they come back. Because for a second there, it was just Angel was up front, then you had Anthony Fry up front, Ethan Flanagan up front. You got Justin Malarkey up front now. Barkley was up front.
Well, with about 56 laps to go, do you think these guys are kind of playing with each other, testing each other? We know we're gonna have a fuel stop here before too terribly long, I believe. When did they last pit here? Lap 70-ish?
70 for some, 65 for others.
With 80% fuel, they could still make another, 10 laps maybe?
They're on lap.
Maybe a few more.
They should be able to go 35, 40.
Jonathan Nance 8 on YouTube joining us saying, "Hola, comrades."
Ooh, comrade. What the hell?
I mean, it's my friend. It says,
I thought that was a communist thing.
well, it's that too. Well, he might be from Cuba or something. You don't know.
Well, that doesn't mean he wants to be communist. Let's ask him, is that a communist thing? I'm not a communist. I'm more worried about
You're looking too deep into it.
56 laps to go. I don't know if I'm going to have enough Keystones to get me through this thing.
You ain't drinking Keystones. I don't think you drank Keystones since you were a teenager.
No, I have a 15-pack of Keystones right now.
Why?
Well, it's economy, man.
It's like the Sam's choice.
They're not paying me to do this race, so
Yeah, that's true.
I might as well be on a budget.
I've got you. It's like the Dr. Thunder of beers.
Dr. Thunder. Holy cow, dude. It's not bad.
Hey, there was a time and place, and I've consumed my fair share of
Mr.
High and Mighty.
This guy's high and mighty drinking High Life over there. Yeah.
It's a champagne, but hey, I've reached a spot in my life where I can,
Just champagne of beers.
Champagne of beers, man.
Oh my God.
Look at the stack up behind the 98, man. The 98 right behind the 6, and look behind him. Whoa, Barkley and Schimmel both kind of taking evasive action to avoid each other. 11 up, scraping the wall. It looks like he got stuck on the wall, Francisco. Ooh. You mentioned that happens here. When you get stuck up in the wall, it's kind of hard to get off of it.
I thought I saw... Unless my eyes playing, I thought I saw the 73 kind of get into the wall and exit, but I could have been wrong. It seems like things have finally settled down. Tires are starting to take effect.
Yeah,
98 hard in the wall.
Probably where the guys that are saving tires the most are gonna earn it. Looks like 96 is getting railroaded there.
Yeah, he had to check up big time for the 98 scraping the wall.
Oh, somebody just...
Yeah.
There was a blinker.
The damn blinkers.
Let's see, we said about 35 laps or so. Let's see, that'll put them... It's coming up close.
Well, I think they can't go...
The pits.
I think they can't go about 40 because Justin Barkley pitted lap 65, and they've already hit the 35 lap mark, so they're going to keep going, so... Now, if they can make it to 110, 105 to 110, they might be good. If not, they might have to stop again.
Yeah, and that's probably what they're thinking about right now.
They'll be good on fuel, but they're really going to have to watch their tire wear, aren't they? Because, I mean, unless there's another caution, if things stays green and they pit at lap 105 or 110, You know, having to make 40 laps on a set of tires, this is going to be driving those guys nuts out there.
For Barkley, these guys would have to go about 40-45 laps on fuel to make it. So, it's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be a tight window, I think. I think they're going to have to stop one more time.
We'll see. We have nobody with... Looks like nobody have any intentions of pitting this time. They'll usually call it on the radio, too, so we should hear something as these guys round 3 and 4.
Well, they're reaching the 40 laps for Barkley. Everybody that pit lap 65, they're reaching the 40 lap mark. So, if that's the case, the people that pit lap 70, they should be easily be able to make it on one stop. It's gonna be a matter of the guys that pit lap 65 if they'll be able to stretch it out to make it.
Oh, 42 up in the wall, scraping pretty hard. Right there above the 98 of Degner.
They got to be hurting on these tires right about now.
Oh, man, you know it.
I don't know. It's been a really good race. I don't know if we're going to have time for Florida, man. No, that's a crowd favorite.
My favorites.
I'll do some research if we have a break in action at some point. But look at this. Derek Schimmel, Isaac Degner, and Angel Hernandez were almost kind of battling it out there. Looks like 5-6, 4-5-6. See who can save the tires the best.
I also feel like a lot of these cars, damage is a big factor that's playing into them too, because that does affect your handling. Even if you just scrape the wall a few times, it changes the way these cars handle quite a bit.
Well, one thing I've been noticing too, Justin Malarkey is leading this race right now. His Speed Demon Motorsports teammates not having as good a luck tonight. Ethan Flanagan back in 10th. Steve McComas 2 laps down in 11th place. So the teammate aspect up front not benefiting Malarkey right now because his teammates aren't up there with him.
Well, Malarkey, Fry, and Barkley really battling it out. And really good battle back here with Angel, Degner, Schimmel, and Cobe. So, despite the fact we only have 12 guys out here, still making some good race out of it.
Well, by this point, it's safe to say that these guys all can make it on one stop. The fuel window, I mean, some of these guys have been out there for almost 45 laps, so they'll be able to make it to the end.
Yeah, I think you're right there. One more stop will get these guys to the end. I think they're all kind of banking on a caution here. If they don't get one, they're going to run that tank dry, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, now it's going to be a matter of who can get into... If we do have green flag pit stops, who's going to have the best entry?
Tony Fry.
Tony Fry just made it into the pit stop in the Albert Anderson's favorite paint scheme there.
Flanagan's in as well from the rear of the field.
Yeah, I think we're going to see them all within the next 2 laps.
Joe Nidick joining us on Facebook saying, let's go, Tony.
Tony Fry's having pretty good race. We'll see if that strategy, him going in pits right now, helped him out.
Well, typically, what happens is when you pit a lap earlier than the leaders, you do make up quite a bit of time. The issue becomes your tires. That one lap does make a difference on how you're able to run, and typically the guy with the fresh tires is able to run you down, but we'll see if the gap was big enough or what ends up happening.
Appreciate old 2-time Joe joining us tonight as well.
Yeah, he should be out here racing.
think so. I think a lot of these guys that are commenting on Facebook and YouTube ought to be in here racing. Here goes the 42 down pit lane. Well, I was kind of hoping for another caution to stack things up here. We might get one before this deal is over, but everybody's so spaced out now.
I think
Malarkey it'll be a self-spin on cold tires or something coming up. Go ahead, Francisco.
I think Malarkey's gonna be able to hold on to, actually. Yeah, he's gonna be able to hold on to the lead and have the fresh tires, just barely. Actually, Anthony Fry's right back with them. And that just shows how staying out for one lap can hurt you, just because you lose so much time, but at the same time having that one lap fresher tire sometimes does pay off. Anthony Fry takes the lead.
There you go.
Oh, Malarkey losing a couple of tenths there.
All right, now Greg Klein's down and Kewen, so they're on their own schedule.
Well, Andrew Kolb in the 11th, your last holdout here. Pit stop. What's that, Adam?
No, do you think? I mean, obviously, that was a plan. Kewen's and Klein, they're on the same team.
Yes.
We'll see if that pays off. They're going to have the freshest, besides Kolb, looks like.
Well, they're going to be starting in the back like they started the race, though, I think, once they come out of the pits here.
Yeah, will they have enough time? That was my question.
Yeah. I don't think the difference in tires is going to be another 2 laps difference in tire, even 3 or 4 laps. I don't see it.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. Anthony Fry is pulling away from Malarkey, but I feel like he's burning up his tires just a tad bit. Because we saw what happened last run. He went out, was able to create a gap, but then Malarkey just ran him down and passed him.
Joe Knight says...
What was that, English?
So Joe Knight on Facebook, he does say that he hopes to be back to racing soon.
Oh, good.
So hopefully we'll get to see him soon. He was always fun to watch.
Yeah, we're hoping for next season here at Midwest Days of Thunder and the Cup Series, especially to have. Let's get more than 12 drivers here at the end of this damn season. Let's try something like that.
Albert Anderson.
During the season, it's pretty good, but let's get some more drivers. Go ahead with Albert.
Yeah, Albert said, you're a good racer, Joe. Looking forward to your return. If you remember, well, we had the face cams up when people still had the cameras up. Joe Knight was the one that looked like a bricklayer.
Yeah, that's the guy that doesn't skip arm day or whatever.
He never skips arm day. Yeah, I don't think so. His arms are about as big as my thigh is. Or about as big as your head. You know, about the same size.
Yeah. Either one. Well, hell, I don't know if it's time for Florida Man or not. We kind of got a little lackadaisical here. Florida Man impersonates FBI agent, harasses homeowner, leaves catfish on the driveway, and flees on a bicycle. I don't know if I've said that one before.
That was nice of him.
I thought that was a pleasant one.
Was it like a stringer of fresh catfish, or was it like a plate from...
It was just live catfishes.
They were
multiple.
Live.
Yeah, they were alive. It wasn't just fried catfish. It was like live catfish. I mean, if you're in Florida riding around on your bike, you might as well have live catfish in your backpack.
Well, it would have been more polite if the fake FBI guy showed up with, like, fried fillets from, like, Catfish King or something, you know, one of them restaurant. David Beard's. You got another one?
Yeah, I got actually a couple. Now, there's going to be... Can I be a little explicit, or do I need to...
Nobody's watching anyway.
Okay, let me do this one then. Florida man arrested after refusing to remove and, quote, unquote, I eat ass sticker from the truck.
I've heard of that one. He actually, I think he actually sued the department. He actually won. I think is what I heard.
That's amazing.
Holy crap, that's funny.
Oh
Because he
man,
legit got pulled over for that sticker and was like,
unlawfully so.
Because
Free-
what ended up happening, I believe, was he got pulled over and the cop was saying like you should remove it, yada yada yada. And then he was like, you need to identify yourself. And the guy was like, what for? I haven't done anything wrong. You can't detain me for a sticker like that.
Yeah.
Like
Free traveler. Yeah, that guy's pretty smart. Look at that.
Am I being detained?
Exactly what happened.
So there's more to that funny story. Well, I'll give you one last one because this one's actually kind of funny, not explicit at all. Florida man drives Cadillac from sunroof down the highway, says he'd rather go to jail than back to his wife. So they took him to jail instead. Oh man, I can't beat Florida. That's amazing.
Florida's something else.
What's great about it is it has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it is. It's very diverse from the Panhandle down to Key West. Man, you'll see a little bit of everything on the way down. Well, look at this battle right here for 5th, 6th place right here. Greg Klein in 6th position. He's got the 35 of Flanagan right behind him, and Degner. Oh, there goes Flanagan in the wall, and he's around. Yellows out.
Flag.
Oh, Barkley couldn't avoid it. Barkley smashed the heck out of the 35's rear bumper. That's the broadcaster curse. We just happened to be watching it and talking about it, and then it happened. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, we'll blame that
They were
one on
just
you.
so close.
This changes
That was
everything.
great. Man.
What happened was, let me go back and we can watch that again. 35 got into the wall, and the 98 was just right there. That's been happening a lot tonight, though. Is a lot of these guys are pushing it, hitting the wall, and I mean, a lot of the times they saved it, but eventually we knew that there was going to be, something of this nature. Now, the thing that makes this interesting is I'm more than certain everybody's going to come in with fresh tires. It's going to bunch everybody up, and we're going to see some really aggressive racing.
But when you say it changes everything, you mean everybody's pit strategy is crumble it up and throw it out the window because they're all going to come back down again?
Oh, yeah, because had it just stayed green, it was going to be a battle between Fry and Malarkey. Now, you throw in Angel, Derek, everybody is going to just be all over the place.
Good on the 35 for taking one for his teammate so he can come back down and get some fresh tires. I'm just kidding.
What do you mean? I want to know what you're talking about there. What?
It was a bad joke.
I don't know. 98 got into him. There was no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He definitely
That
probably didn't enjoy that one.
the 9 machine with nowhere to go. He just plowed the back end of Ethan Flanagan's car. He's going to have a pretty good long pit stop there, I think. Yep, he's got a meatball flag, so Barkley's going to be sitting there for quite a while. He might as well go ahead and put his Swanson TV dinner in and try to look through the TV guide and find something to watch later.
Remember when they had the TV dinners where they were like metal? You had to put them in the oven. There was a metal
Yeah,
tray
you put them
and
in the oven, yeah. Then you had to stop halfway and mix everything and then
the
put it back
foil
in.
on top. Yeah,
Yeah.
pre-microwave. That was a thing. Believe it or
Yeah,
not.
don't try to put the metal trays in the microwave.
You got to put
Oh.
disclaimers on everything now.
Degner acted like he was coming down again, but then came back out on the track. Interesting strategy there. Not sure why that happened. If
Man, I should have saved my
didn't
Florida
mean to
man.
do that or what? I'm confused by that.
All right, since we have a little bit of time here. Florida man with BAC over 3 times legal limit crashes his lawnmower into a cop car. Seems like a good idea.
Uh,
A lot of it has to do with, like, I don't want to get into some of these things these guys are doing.
Substance abuse? Is it?
Well, obviously, but there's a lot of touching of things, and it's just bizarre what's happening tonight. Speedo wearing Florida man flags down deputies to show off his pot plant. Pretty smart.
That can't be real.
This is real. I promise you.
Oh
They have
my goodness.
video to back it up. Florida man wearing a bonnet and flowered dress steals baby formula. I mean, obviously, why wouldn't you? Especially now, since we don't have any.
Oh mercy. Well, a couple guys getting a wave around here. I think that's what they stayed out there for. The 96 and the 98. Waved around the pace car here. They'll line back up single file, or double file, I should say. Tony Fry still leading this thing. We'll restart front row inside. Angel Hernandez on the outside. Go ahead.
Whose call is it? Is it yours or mine, or I've lost track.
I think it's mine.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Good. Professional.
I've never been accused of being a professional anyway. We'll see if we can't screw this up too bad.
We're going to try.
Well, a little bit thin on the restart here is we've got a lot of guys in there getting repairs and trying to catch back up to the field. So it looks like, what, 2, 4, 6. We'll have 8 cars on the restart here. Whoop, 9. Comes Derek Schimmel in the back. Pace car is coming on down. The 6 leading them down to the restart zone. 42 to the outside. Green flag is in the air. Oh, Kewen's trying to make a move on the outside. Got a really good jump on the start. There'll be 3 wide in the tri-oval. Here comes Malarkey on the inside low. Oh, the 96 gets into the 42, and here we go. Yellow's out again.
Yikes.
So you called it, Adam. Cautions breeding cautions there.
Let's see what happened there.
Well, Derek's apologizing, but he didn't know if it was his fault or whose fault. Or I'm going to guess it was Derek's fault against Angel Hernandez, but, you know, who am I? See what happens.
Oh, yeah. Derek came up just a little bit too much, got into the rear end. But now let me see.
3 wide almost, so it's tough.
Did Angel hit anything? Oh, yeah, he got drilled. I was going to say damage wouldn't have been too bad, but the 11 got into him.
Well, it could have been a lot worse if he wouldn't have kept it off the outside wall, which he did a pretty good job of doing after getting struck by the 11.
Well, Alan Kewen's beneficiary. I know he was up in the top 3 before, but he kind of missed all that. So,
well, he had a hell of a restart starting on the outside line, and it looks like whoever was restarting right there in front of him, I didn't quite see who that was. It didn't look like they got quite as good of a jump, and so he goes to the outside. He's going to make it 3 wide, and try to make a move, try to make something happen. I mean, the last thing you want to do is just dump it, get out of it. Get completely off the throttle and then get drilled from behind or get passed on the inside by another car.
Well, luckily we have 20 laps left, so
plenty of time to make up some positions from the rear of the field.
It's enough for sure. It's enough. If somebody's got a fast car and they know what they're doing, they could get up there. I don't know what's going on in the FaceTime and all that. Is anybody commenting? Do we have anybody watching still?
Well, Tommy Stanley says that he thinks Angel's out of the race.
Ooh.
Yeah, that second
Not enough damage, I think.
That hit that he got from the 11 really did a number on that car.
That's not cool. Because
looks
like
like
every week
just-
he's. Go ahead.
Well, Justin Barkley catching back up with us on Facebook saying, yeah, he's the same. He's got 8 minutes of repairs after that last deal. He says, well, crap. He says, I'm out too. Albert Anderson saying, these cautions come out every time Adams tells a Florida man story. I think it's your fault, Adam.
Well, okay. Well, let's do another one. So, Florida man shoots woman with water gun filled with his own urine. I mean,
why?
It's Florida. I mean, why not?
Well, I heard about.
I can't believe he's blaming me.
Well, I mean, it happens. I blame you for a lot of stuff. But, hey, remember during the pandemic, when they were, they were telling people to stay away from each other and stuff. I saw a deal where they had Catholic priests putting holy water in water guns, like shooting babies.
Well, they did do that. Yeah, they did.
Christenings and stuff. Yeah.
Actually, I did see
that. Was a real deal.
I mean, it was kind of inventive for the time.
I mean, the urine thing. That's.
Yeah, I'd rather have holy water sprayed on me than urine. I'm just saying.
I mean, don't give me a long distance golden shower with a water gun. That's just terrible.
I don't want any of that. I mean, water gun, no whatever. No, thank you.
Just no urine at all.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we got a couple guys that are out of the race now. It looks like did Ethan Flanagan get repaired here? Yep, he is back out on the track. He's on the apron. He's going to try to catch the back of the field here. Well, I see Barkley out there running too. Barkley said he was done. Barkley's back out there, so. Huh. Well, I think he thinks he can make an attrition position or two with these guys in front of him. I'm not sure that that's going to happen.
Well, it's important to realize that after this race and another race next week, only 4 are moving on to the final 4. So.
Oh, that's right. We're going from 8 to 4, aren't we?
How many drivers will we have? 4?
4.
Will there be anybody left?
We'll have 8 next week and then 4 following week.
I believe this might restart to call.
There it is.
Take it.
Coming to the green flag. Malarkey leading the way. Anthony Fry on the outside. Green flag is out. Malarkey got a really good start as they head towards turn 1. Now, it's important to see how aggressive drivers are going to be. Anthony Fry immediately. Oh, this is going to be some good racing right here. Derek Schimmel stuck on the outside. Greg Klein on his inside.
But look at Tony Fry up front with Malarkey. Really going after each other.
Well, one thing I've noticed.
Oh! Car on the wall. Contact. Tri-oval.
Oh, that was so lucky. The 98 got into the 96 and they somehow survived it.
Now, the one thing I've noticed about Anthony Fry, he has a really good short to mid-run car. Long run is where Malarkey strives. So I think here it's just a matter of Anthony Fry if his tires can hold up and if he can just be consistent.
It's knowing how hard to push him in this short of a run too. Trying to find that balance, I think.
Look at Derek Schimmel trying to make a run on the 98 as the 92 of Greg Klein hit the wall a little bit back there. For as few amount of cars as we have, still pretty good racing.
Oh, 96.
Oh, Lord, look at that. Look at it.
Oh, my God.
Look at Derek Schimmel. Help you, baby Jesus. Wow. He needs help from Tom Cruise and everybody after that roll. Still running, though.
If I am going to guess, that was a wreck right there. So he had himself cleared, got loose on exit, and then when he came back up, now, man, looked like it was a bit of netcode too.
It was weird, but how is Derek Schimmel still driving that thing?
I don't know.
It looks pretty good for what happened to him.
Matt Fornes, all he could say was oof. Yeah, that was one of those. Albert Anderson says, Adam, please tell a Florida man story if I go a lap down next week.
Well,
keep that in mind Wednesday.
I'll try to. I got to play to my audience. A little more sophisticated over there where you're racing, Albert. I can't
tolerate a lot less shenanigans.
I can't go too far off. I have been put on probation over there before for some of this stuff.
Let me see. I want to see when he gets in the pit if he's down on power. He should be down on power.
He doesn't even have a meatball flag.
He doesn't?
Derek Schimmel flipped 14 times and doesn't have a meatball flag. Go figure that.
Okay, yeah, he's down on power. He's down like 170 RPMs. Okay, I was about to say.
But how do you not have a black flag for repairs?
So
that's amazing to me.
Very true on that. Now here's the interesting part. Anthony Fry, Alan Kewins, and Greg Klein all stayed out. Malarkey and the rest of them came in. Now remember when I mentioned how small fields you can come in and not lose 2 spots and the tires are going to play a factor? This is exactly what's going to happen.
12 laps, different tires.
Yep. Now there has been a few cautions, but even then, you're going to see the difference of tires. It's just going to be a matter if Anthony Fry can get a. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough thing to do.
That's too many laps difference. I see the 73 on Malarkey just plowing through him. That's what I see at this point. After the restart, if once his tires come to him, Justin Malarkey is going to be a rocket ship. Just watch this.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. With what are we going to have when we start this thing? 11 to go? Or so?
What do we got? Let's see here.
About 12,
maybe.
11.
Yeah. We're in that neighborhood.
I know, 225 miles, that's a long way at Kansas, apparently. Really had a good run early of no cautions and then had some stuff happen.
Seems like I've been sitting here since yesterday, so.
The sun went down on us and damn near run out of keystones.
Matt Fornes is saying, go Tony, over on Facebook.
Tony's got a little following tonight.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of action anymore over on the Twitch or the YouTube streams. I know that we still got some folks watching out there. We appreciate y'all.
I wish they would just chime in and let us know, because
sticking with us.
Sometimes it feels like we're just talking to each other, you know.
Still 7 people watching on YouTube over there.
That's good.
And a few more over there on Twitch.
I like talking to the people.
Train.
Rally train?
Yeah, there's that train.
All right. Pace.
Leave me alone.
Pace car lights are off. Tony Fry looks like, is he taking the outside? Looks like he is.
Dude,
Kewins
made no bones about it. He said on the radio,
he's gonna
right when
send
that yellow came out, that he was going to send it. Yes, sir.
I don't blame him. Why not? His teammates right behind him, Greg Klein. You got Justin Malarkey.
Oh, man.
So Anthony probably took the outside. The only thing I could think of is to block that 73.
And it could be, because
it could be. Yeah.
He's going to have
got
a
the
good
best
run.
tires.
Derek Schimmel, after barrel rolling 15 times, is still sitting back there in 6th. Pretty amazing. Pace car is down. Let's see how this restart goes here in the Keystone Light restart zone. Restone zone. There we go. There we go. Look at it. Kewen's got a pretty good run. Malarkey is really pushing the envelope there.
Oh, look at McComas flying up through the middle. Sorry, Adam.
I can't see that. I'm watching the front.
He just passed like 3 cars.
Isn't that? Wow. Well, looks like Tony Fry got the better of Kewen's there, but we'll see how it shakes out. But wow, Malarkey is right behind him.
Oh,
And McComas is Malarkey's teammate. Don't forget that.
Yeah, those tires are working for Malarkey, aren't they?
Yeah, I saw it happening.
Yeah, I think kind of figured this was gonna be the result.
So those guys need another crash so they can have some new tires, is what we're saying.
Anthony Fry is still right there, though.
Yeah, they're on them, but I mean, 10 lap
Justin
newer
Malarkey
tires.
just
Well,
put the fastest lap at 30.47. Anthony Fry was at 30.72. 3/10 off.
But look, he's sticking his nose in there.
He sure is. Look at him go down there.
We have enough to finish this thing out. We still got a few more laps here.
He's burning more tires
He's burning
fighting like that
them
right
up.
now. Yeah.
All right, Adam. When do you use the old chrome horn here? Or do you?
Well, I see Greg Klein back there. He'll use it right about
Oh, we know he will.
148, 149. That's when you use it.
Here comes Cumans to the inside of the 6.
Yeah, Kewen's is sending it. He's, like you said, he mentioned he was going to. He's going to try everything he can. He may use the chrome horn early.
He did get a podium last race 2 weeks ago.
I can do another Florida man if y'all want to caution, but I'll hold on.
Likely bring one.
Well, this is really, I mean, for the amount of cars we have, I am impressed with Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series tonight. I think it's been a heck of a race.
Yeah, that's right. Next week, Phoenix. Before we narrow it down to 4 drivers that'll go to Miami, Homestead, Miami, and compete on that flat mile and a half.
Oh, those are 2 really cool tracks. Looking forward to those. I like the way they're finishing this thing out. If these guys turn right next season, I don't want to be a part of it. I'm just going to say. One race turn right, that's it. I can't take it anymore.
Becky Fry saying, "Let's go, Tony."
He's trying.
She's on Facebook right now.
Anthony Fry what he needs to do is he needs to set him up. He gets close, but he really needs to set him up for at least, I would say, a last lap pass, because
12 laps different, though, man. That's just, it's too much to overcome, I think. Catching him's one thing, but I don't think he's going to be able to pass.
And it looks like Alan Kewen's as aggressive as he wanted to be. His tires have let him down, so he's falling back a little bit now.
Anthony Fry could make this work, but he has to stick to that bumper, and he's going to have to give him a little bit of a bump if he's going to want to win this.
Well, the Angry Idiot's got some pressure from behind here. Got Derek Schimmel trying to split him up here. Look at Tony aggressively pushing that thing down the track.
Yeah, we're coming up on the end of this
back
thing.
stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, Francisco, he's pushing that right front tire to the limit.
Oh, we
driving
got
hard
Kieran to the wall.
Yeah, McComas took advantage of that, but he got into the wall and got into Greg Klein. That's a yellow. That's got to be a caution.
No, I think
There's
they
not
kept it
enough cars
straight.
on the track anymore.
Oh, Lord.
If there were cars behind Kewins, that would have been it. There would have been a yellow, but car count's so low, you just didn't have anybody coming up in the danger zone there. The 11 and 35 were just too far back. The 92 Klein got some heavy damage from that.
He got smoked on that one.
White flag. This is gonna be it.
All right, so basically we got Malarkey and Fry here. Let's see what happens. I don't think he's going to be able to catch Malarkey on those newer tires.
I think we knew the race was kind of decided at the last restart here. But man, what a job by Speed Demon Motorsports as a whole to get behind their driver out front here, the 73, and great strategy of Isaac Wilson up in the booth as always, spotting a crew chief for these guys, and he'll pick the win up tonight. Tony Fry finishes in second. Steve McComas in third, giving Speed Demon a 1-3.
We had a little bit of a.
Cobe will finish out the top 5.
What happened back there?
Ethan got on the wall and exit, and Greg Klein gave him the bumper because he was a little too slow. And I want to say Ethan got it by passing in the grass.
Did he? We need a camera on that.
Here's the chopper cam. I think he did. He barely got it. Yep, he got him. Oh,
Eric
that
Schindler
was
pretty pissed off on the radio.
Who's he mad at? Who he trying to fight?
I don't know, but
He's yelling at Degner, I think.
Well,
Well,
this is why we can't have nice things. I mean, let's be honest.
We'll find out later.
That's some anger, and
There's a reason we don't broadcast the radio stream out there.
yeah, I don't want to get
Very
into
true.
details. Yeah.
Well, what a race, what a finish. Tony Fry, to Becky's delight, will still end up finishing here in second place, 7/10 behind the leader, Malarkey. Got any guys over there in the channel yet?
No, but why don't we just run the damn top 12 down so we don't have
Let's
to do
go
that
ahead
at
and
the
do
end of the
that
race.
now.
Yeah, that's
So
not
73, Justin Malarkey takes the win after starting it in 8th place. Tony Fry 7/10 behind, finishing in second after starting in 5th place. Steve McComas, the Speed Demon teammate of the race winner, finishing in 3rd. Alan Kewins, try as he might, couldn't make it happen there at the end. Still picks up a 4th place. That'll keep him good in the points there. The 11 Andrew Cobe rounds out your top 5. 35 of Ethan Flanagan in 6th place. 92 of Greg Klein will finish in 7th after starting in 12th place. He is not your hard charger. I think it was Alan Kewins was your hard charger of the race. Can't believe I missed that. Angel Hernandez in the 42 after starting in 1st place will finish way back in 8th. Derek Schimmel, the first car 1 lap down. He was on the lead lap until that incident late. Started right where he finished, or finished right where he started in 9th place. Justin Barkley, heartbreak for him, is had a lot of damage from a couple of accidents, but still able to tough it out, and it looks like he'll finish ahead of the 98 of Isaac Degner, who will finish in 11th. And Mike Simone, Red Stick Mike in the 27, down 80-something laps, finishing dead last tonight. Not in the chase, or the playoffs, I should say, but Mike, he was still wanting to compete. He still wanted a good finish, and good on him for still showing up to these races. Even though we're in the playoffs, he's a non-playoff driver, and he still shows up every week to race, so good on him.
Yeah, I'll give him an A+ for that. A D- for eating crawfish and driving. Looks like we got our people down there in the podium finishers. Let's start knocking them down. Stephen McComas sitting there in 3rd, ready to talk to us.
Hey, Steve McComas, this is the guys in the booth. You got us?
Hey, yes, sir. How you guys doing tonight?
Good, man. Talk about that wild finish. I know that Speed Demon, you guys had a plan, I'm sure, coming in. You always do. And it looked like you were going to be, uh, kind of middle pack to the rear, and you came back up up the stack there in that last couple of laps and picked up a podium. What'd you see out there?
Oh, the racing was really, really good out there tonight. There was some, small incidents. Like I even got a hold for 40 seconds after the first stage, right, for coming down pit road late. So it put me in a hole, but just driving through it and just working hard and taking cues from the owner Isaac, and then listening to Justin and what he's doing and so forth. It's really helped me out, improve my game. So.
Well, I mean, obviously, podium's a great finish. How much difference does it make to have like Isaac up in the booth helping y'all out up there behind the scenes?
Well, he comes out with a strategy, and honestly, he asks us what we think, but then he makes the ultimate final decision. Like, hey, let's pit on this lap or this lap. Do this with your tires or what. So it really does help out. I mean, it's better than you trying to focus on everything. The only thing that he's spotting mostly for Justin, so it's kind of hard for us to make all the adjustments where he's doing it for Justin. But it is what it is. It's great to have him there and so forth.
Well, great job out there tonight. You got any shout outs or anything to get out there before we let you go?
Yeah, first off, I want to say thank you to you three up there in the booth. I mean, every week you come out and do this for us. This is awesome. I really appreciate it. Also, to MDOT, they put on a great season every year and have loads of fun. And then most importantly, to my wife, who lets me come out on a Friday night and do this instead of spending time with her. So
Hey,
thanks
man,
to everybody.
that's the most important one to mention right there. I'm glad you had the priority straight there, buddy.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, guys. You have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, man. Thank you. That's a smart man right there. You always want to save
Very.
the best for last, and make sure you make mention of that. All right, here we go. Tony Fry, our second place finisher. Hey, Tony Fry, it's the guys up at the booth. You got us?
I gotcha.
Man, you made one heck of an effort, but those tires, I think we said 12 lap different tires from Malarkey. We kind of thought this thing was decided at the last restart, but you hung in there and did the best you could. We saw you driving really, really hard down into the turns and giving that right front all you could give it. But talk us through it, man.
Yeah, it was a fun race. When I saw Malarkey dive off there at that caution, I knew he'd be up there, and I chose the outside on that restart, knowing he had fresh tires. Maybe I could clear those other guys on the inside, which did happen, but he was just too fast on those tires. I sent it in as deep as I could and just got tight and started pushing to the wall, had to lift.
Well, you've been running pretty good the last few weeks. You've gained a couple fans out there. A lot of people commenting on wanting you to do well tonight, which you did. What do you think about next week at Phoenix?
Ooh, I think next week is going to be one of those deals where it's just you hope you survive until the end. I mean, that track is difficult. We did a practice race there last week, and it's tough. I think there's some guys that are going to do really well there. I probably will not be one of them. My goal is to survive until the end and maybe have a shot at it.
Well, before we let you go, you got any shout outs? Like, for instance, Becky maybe out there or anybody else you may want to mention before we let you go tonight?
Yeah, I should probably shout out the wife, the kids. I'm sure they were watching tonight. They're up at the in-laws tonight. So the boss man, Taver, he's not running on the team right now, but give him a shout out. And then you guys as well. You guys do an amazing job with this broadcast.
I appreciate it, man. And good luck next week. And we'll see you at Phoenix.
I appreciate it.
What happened there? Who we got on here with us?
Justin's in here.
Okay, finally.
Somebody hit the wrong button, Justin, but we're used to
Drug
seeing
out
you.
of the channel, or I drug myself out of the channel.
Yeah, well, I mean, complete Louisiana style. But hey, great run tonight, man. I know you had a teammate, Stephen McCumbus, was running like wildfire up there trying to catch you. How fun is it to have a team like that, and like a crew chief, a spotter and Isaac to kind of help you get through a race like this?
Yeah, it was awesome to have a great team effort tonight. I know Ethan got caught up in an accident, but super proud of Steven to be able to get up there top 3 and talk to you guys, because I know he's been looking forward all year to that, and he tries so hard every week, and he's just getting faster and faster. I know Charlotte, he was really fast and just I think got caught up in some accidents. But yeah, Isaac was just great. He's turned into like a professional crew chief out there. He's got us all on these smart strategies. We were pitting every time pretty much. We wanted the tires, even if it was a half a lap on them. They just gave it that extra millisecond of grip.
Well, we knew it would pay off. We knew that you were the guy to beat when that restart happened, and I think you kind of knew it in the back of your mind, and was looking at the lap times. But how is the team strategy thing gonna go into next week? Phoenix is a little bit different animal than here, but knowing how well your team works together, is there going to be a big shakeup in strategy at all, or are y'all just gonna kind of stick to what you're doing?
Yeah, we pretty much just do what works best for everyone else, but we also keep in the back of the mind if we can somehow give information during the race that helps each other. But I mean, there's only so much you can do. I mean, you really can't just pull over and just stop because you got your own race going on. And but yeah, we just kind of work together and go over tire information and different strategies. And sometimes, if we're all pitting, maybe they'll stay out, lead a lap, something different like that. If it's early in the race, yeah, just all different ideas we're doing. We just work together and try and better each other. Ethan's been really fast those last couple of races. Rockingham, he was incredible.
Yeah, he got a little bit of trouble tonight. He ended up 6th, but next week, Phoenix. What are your thoughts on that? And also, anybody you want to talk about, shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, Phoenix will be interesting with the short shoot there. People will be diving down there and got to make sure they get back up and are clear, and could get chaotic on restarts. But yeah, I'll definitely just, again, thank the team. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast. My family loves watching these races, and honestly, the broadcast makes it for them. They've been waiting about 3 months for me to win a race, so they're probably finally excited and relieved because it's been some pressure. But yeah, it's fun. Friday night, something to do. Everyone's having fun, and if you wreck the car, you still come home, so that's always good.
And you don't have to spend a lot of money doing it. So
yeah, that's the best part. Tires are free too, because if it was real life, I don't know if we would have put tires on every time if it was real life.
No, you wouldn't have. But awesome, congratulations, and hope they enjoyed the broadcast. I didn't do too much Florida man for him, so
yeah. Shout out again to Tony, because him and we raced side by side so much, and we never even got a fender on each other, and it's just awesome when you could do that.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was great to see McComas, as you mentioned. I know Steven's been improving a whole lot, and you mentioned it right there, man. It's good to see him work his way back up, because he was way back in the back of the pack there.
Yeah, I think he was
quite
3 laps down.
Ago. Yeah, and
I tell him every week
that's great.
He needs to come into the race about 20 laps after it starts, because it seems like in the first 19 laps somehow he gets damaged, and I'm like, buddy, if you can make it past lap 20 without damage, you might win this thing.
Well, that's awesome, man. Congrats so much, and we'll see you next week at Phoenix.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Well, Francisco, did that kind of wound out kind of like what you thought? I thought it was an awesome race.
I honestly, yeah, it played out kind of like how I expected it to. I knew the tires were gonna play a factor, and I don't know, I will say it was a really interesting race. Everybody was battling super hard, and it was really entertaining. Even though we only had 12 cars show up, but they put on a really good show.
Well, don't forget to join us next week, folks, for Monday night for the Xfinity race and Friday for the Cup race here on M.TV. The next week is going to be cutoff races. So that's when we're going to whittle it down from 8 competitors to 4 championship competitors. And stay tuned for that next week. And for myself, Alan English, and Francisco Villarreal, and Adam Turner down there in the pit road, we thank you for watching tonight. Thank you to all the fans out there on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for watching. And with that, we're gone.
See ya.